If you're passionate about picking up a new language but feel constrained by time, then this video is tailored specifically to you. Hey guys, I'm Bartol if you're new here. Now this video will be a little bit different to my usual study or careers videos, but the same skills apply and are transferable. Learning languages is a skill like being good at maths or physics and is perhaps more useful than both of those in the real world and for your future. Personally, being brought up as bilingual, speaking fluent English and Croatian from a very young age, I first had to learn languages and then I really fell in love with them in school and later on. My favorite language and the one I'm best at is probably French, which is probably why I'm living in the French Alps at the moment. But I also love learning Italian and I even speak a little bit of German. In future, I also hope to learn some Mandarin as well, having been to Shanghai recently and also doing an internship at a university in Wuhan a couple of years ago, which made me intrigued and quite fond of the language and culture in China. What I want to say is that languages have been a big part of my life. And although I've had phases of being more into one or another one of them or none of them at all, it is a lifelong quest to speak multiple languages, and there are ways of getting better at it. Embarking on the journey of language learning can be an incredibly rewarding experience, yet it can also pose unique challenges, especially when competing responsibilities, be they academic, professional, or personal, are all fighting for your attention. When I was studying at Oxford in my second year studying mechanical engineering, managing a demanding academic schedule along with other commitments whilst making time to get good at Italian, I spent a significant amount of time experimenting with and refining effective strategies to make time for my language learning that were both efficient and manageable. In this video, I'm going to share exactly how I developed my comprehensive approach to self-studying any language from the comfort of your own home, along with practical tips designed to optimize your learning process, making it both enjoyable and effective. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. It really helps me make more of these, hopefully insightful, and at the very least entertaining videos. So thanks. Okay, before diving into the specifics of resources and strategies, it's important to understand the language learning process. Language acquisition is more than just memorizing vocabulary and grammar rules. It involves developing skills in four main areas: speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Each of these components play an integral role in your journey, and achieving fluency means finding a balance across all four. And this integrated approach ensures that you not only learn the mechanics of the language, but also how to use it authentically in conversation. To embark on your language learning expedition, the primary essentials you will need are: 1. A reliable computer, a steady internet connection, some spare time dedicated to learning, and a strong motivation to accomplish your language learning goals. So let's get into it. For your convenience, I've also included timestamps for easier navigation in the description below, so you can skip through parts. Okay, goal setting, the cornerstone of effective learning. So the first and perhaps most crucial aspect of language learning is goal setting. Having a clear, specific goal is crucial to ensure that you remain focused and motivated throughout your learning journey. This step has significantly shaped my own progress and efficiency. So here's how to start. Define your objectives. Reflect on why you want to learn this language. Are you aiming to travel, enhance career prospects, interact with family members, or simply just engage with a new culture? Write down your motivations and keep them visible. This will serve as a consistent reminder and motivation when your energy starts to wane, and will also shape the way in which you learn the language. Next, establish SMART goals. So formulate goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, you might set a goal to learn 50 new words by the end of the month, or to hold a 10-minute conversation with a native speaker by the end of the semester. Breaking down your overall language learning goal into smaller, manageable milestones can help track your progress and maintain motivation. Then reflect on your learning needs. Upon understanding your motivations, consider what you want to prioritize in your learning. For myself, the primary focus has been effective communication, and depending on your goals, this could include conversational fluency, improved reading, comprehension, or gaining writing skills. Now, once you've set your goals, it's time to structure your learning effectively. This requires a tailored plan that reflects your personal preferences, learning style, and just time available. Here's how you can develop a structured approach. So first, create a study schedule. With your goals in mind, allocate specific time blocks in your weekly calendar dedicated to language learning. Now, consistency is key. Even if you can manage only 30 to 45 minutes a day, regular practice is often more beneficial than sporadic, lengthy study. Now, when I was learning Italian at the Oxford Language Center, whilst also studying for my degree, I could only afford to spend an hour a week in a lesson and an hour on homework. And that's fine. It just meant that those 2 hours a week were very focused, and that's all there was time for. So the progress was slow, but at least I knew it was going to be slow. Also, balance the 4 skill areas. Ensure your plan incorporates all 4 of the language components: speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Although you might emphasize some areas over others, striking a balance will provide a well-rounded proficiency. Also use a variety of resources. Diversifying your study material will not only keep you engaged, but will also enhance your learning experience. Consider combining textbooks, apps, podcasts, and videos to just create an engaging learning environment. There are literally so many resources out there in different formats. For languages, the internet is probably your best friend. So just do a quick Google and you'll find hundreds of resources to help you in your language journey. So now that you have a structured plan, let's focus on effective vocabulary acquisition, one of the fundamental building blocks of language learning. So number one is the efficient use of flashcards. Now, I swear by flashcards, more specifically using Anki, which is just the best way to learn anything pretty much. It uses spaced repetition and active recall, and it got me and many others into and through Oxford studying engineering. So if you want more of a video on that, I'll link it here somewhere, but spend about 30 minutes each day reviewing flashcards that include new words or phrases along with their meaning and usages and contexts. Next is thematic word lists. So create themed word lists to organize your vocabulary around specific topics, such as food, travel, or hobbies. This contextual learning can help build connections between words, just making them easier to remember. And also remember to practice in context. So integrate new vocabulary into your daily life. Label items around your house with their names in that target language. Write short stories or dialogues that include new words, or just create sentences to incorporate them. This contextualization can greatly improve your retention. And remember, it's all about revision. So schedule weekly review sessions to reinforce your vocabulary that you've learned, because repeated exposure ensures that words transition from that short-term memory to longer-term memory. So tips for practicing speaking skills. Engaging in conversation is vital to language learning. Here are some innovative strategies that I personally use to just improve my speaking skills. So number one is look for language exchange partners through platforms like italki or Tandem or even local community groups. This environment fosters authentic conversation, which helps you practice in real time and you receive instant feedback. It was probably my favorite way of practicing Italian. Also, record yourself speaking in the target language on various topics, and then listen to the recording and self-assess your pronunciation, fluency, and general comfort level with the language. You can also do role-playing exercises where you might simulate different scenarios, such as ordering food, making travel arrangements, or having casual conversations. This really helps you practice the language in a less stressful environment than the real world and gives time to self-assess your capabilities and work on things that you think you might need to work on. And join conversational clubs. As I said, speaking in person with people that don't judge you is probably the best way of learning, so I'd definitely recommend that. Now, effective listening techniques. Listening comprehension is often seen as one of the hardest parts of learning a language, but this is how I made it fun and rewarding. So first of all, I'd listen to podcasts or audiobooks, which were aimed at language learners. So these are often with clear pronunciations, no dialects, and with relatively simple vocabulary. And I would just listen to them during my commute, while exercising, or during any sort of downtime. Next, what I did was I chose films or TV shows in the target language and watched them with subtitles in either my native language or the target language. Once you feel comfortable, you can then switch to watching without subtitles to further challenge yourselves. Now, also exposure to different accents and dialects can deepen your understanding of the language. Resources like online TV or international news broadcasts can help you familiarize yourself with various pronunciations. Only really do this once you're quite confident, and definitely don't try this if you're learning Croatian, because Croatian has about a dozen dialects. Most of the people in Croatia don't even understand some of them, and it's quite pointless trying to understand all of them. I still don't understand most of them, and I'm from Croatia. Now, active listening practice. During listening activities, take notes or summarize what you've heard. This practice reinforces comprehension and just enhances your retention of the words. Reading and writing practice. To become more proficient, it's crucial to develop your reading and writing skills alongside speaking and listening. And this is exactly how I did it. So I'd engage with materials that are appropriate for my proficiency level. I'd first start with simple texts. So children's books, graphics, novels, just various media that can provide relatable content while helping you develop reading comprehension. The next thing I would do is write daily entries in a journal using the target language. Document your your experiences, thoughts, or reflections. And this will really help practice forming sentences and structures while just improving your writing skills. Next, joining local or online reading groups can really add accountability to your reading goals. Discussing the text with others further solidifies understanding and just introduces you to different perspectives. Also, regularly engage in writing exercises that challenge you to use previously acquired vocabulary and structures. Whether through prompts or structured exercises in a textbook, practice generally makes perfect. So all in all, this was a lot of information all at once, but as you engage in this multifaceted approach to language learning, it's vital to monitor your progress. It shows where you've been in your journey and also where you're going. So try these few things. First, utilize a progress tracking tool, whether it's through an Excel spreadsheet, Google Sheets, or a dedicated language learning app. Document your daily practice, vocabulary learned, and milestones that you've achieved. Visualizing these efforts can be motivating and affirm your growth over time. Next, set some short-term rewards. So celebrate small accomplishments, whether by treating yourself to something special or taking a moment to acknowledge your growth every once in a while. It could be as simple as going out for a dinner every 2 months when you've reached a new 100 words in your vocabulary. These small things really just help keep you motivated and will just make the experience much more fun. Also, reflect regularly. Periodically take time to reflect on what you've learned, assess what strategies work best for you, which areas require additional focus, and reflect on how your confidence has grown in speaking, writing, and comprehension. And also, try immerse yourself in the culture. Understanding the culture associated with the language you're learning can really amplify your experience and just provide context. It's probably one of the biggest reasons why you're learning the language. So try these 3 things if you get the chance. First of all, just immerse yourself in the culture. Engage with the music, films, festivals, and cuisine from the culture. That's usually my favorite. This not only enriches your understanding of the language, but also unlocks deeper connections to the heritage and values of the language and where it comes from. Now, travel opportunities. If feasible, plan trips to countries where the language is spoken. Immersion in the culture and the environment just promotes practical application and enhances your learning journey. And it is just really fun. Then engage with native speakers, form connections with them, whether it's online or offline. Just interacting with them challenges you to apply what you've learned and adapt to real life conversation dynamics. And finally, it's important to embrace the journey itself. Language learning can be a lifelong process. There's hurdles, missteps, triumphs, and these should all be celebrated as part of your progress. Maintaining a positive mindset and a relentless curiosity can really shift how you perceive challenges and successes along the way. Remember, learning a language is a marathon and not a sprint, so celebrate every small victory. Each step you take brings you closer to your goal. Remain committed, adapt your strategies as needed, and remember that language is just a bridge connecting you to new cultures, ideas, and communities. Now, I hope this wasn't too overwhelming. I tried to pack in as much insight as I could from my own language learning experiences. If you found this video meaningful and engaging, please leave a like and subscribe and comment down below what topics you'd like me to cover next. And if you want to watch a video I made about studying techniques I learned while studying at Oxford, I'll link it here somewhere. But yeah, thanks for watching and thanks for joining me on this journey, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.